All right, welcome to the How to Make a Banger, Get Out of the Mud workshop introduction. So in this introduction, I'll explain a 21-day exercise to get you out of creative blocks, out of the mud, and into the zone. My name is Tavi, and I'm originally from Chicago. I've been a music producer for 16 years. I live in Harlem, New York, and I've worked with many artists and producers during my 10 years here. Get Out of the Mud is a small capsule of my larger project, How to Make a Banger. Many of you are familiar on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. My How to Make a Banger series, which has been in the works since 2019. The 21 days is the amount of time to create a habit. So during these 21 days, we will be creating good habits for your creativity and your music production, and we will be looking at your old habits and what needs to shift. And it will be interactive and hands-on. Today in this class, we will discuss the 3 items: attitude, energy, and focus. So the first step on how to make a banger is your attitude in life. What is your attitude in life? If you have a bad attitude, you're not going to make a banger, and you're not going to get in the zone. And the more often you have bad attitudes, the more often you're creating a habit to stay out of the zone, to stay frustrated, to stay stuck. So first thing we need to look at is your attitude, and how is your internal thoughts, how is your attitude, how often do you complain, how often are you grateful for things. We're going to look at this. We're going to look at all the details. Are you really challenging yourself in your life? When you're challenging yourself in your life, your music reflects that, because music is just a reflection of our life. It's just where we are at a certain point and all the experiences we went through and how we've faced all these obstacles and different things that come up in life. And music and art is a way to transmute and express that. So if we have a good attitude in our life and a courageous attitude when we face difficulties, then our music will reflect that, and we will have an expanded sense. Like, say you're afraid of something, afraid of doing something, talking to someone, moving towards that job or moving to the next step in your life. If you stay and you don't face that and follow that flow that you want to do, you will be constrained, and energy blockage will come around you, and you will find it's very hard to get in the zone. And it will get harder and harder to get in the zone until you challenge those things that you're afraid to do. So you got to challenge things that you're afraid to do. Write down a list of things that you're afraid to do, things that you really want to do, but maybe you feel like you can't or you're not capable. Write those out and take the steps to facing them. We'll be talking about more details on how to go and do that. So when you're facing the thing that you're afraid to do, and you win over it and you do it, you realize it's not that bad. You realize you can win over it. You'll feel expanded and you will feel inspiration. And that's where your flow will come in. That's where a lot of the most flows in my life have came in, when I faced things I was afraid to do. Other thing is, with attitude, you need to develop the attitude of only bangers. You hear me say this all the time. You hear my record label called Only Bangers, How to Make a Banger. You got to decide in your mind that it's going to be a banger. What's a banger? Banger is a great piece of work, that never dies, that never expires. So you got to develop the attitude of only bangers, that before you even get to the studio, before you even play the first note, before you even go into the music, you need to change your mindset to only bangers. It's going to be a banger because I decided it. Cause and effect happens at the same time. I practice Buddhism, and in one Buddhist concept is cause and effect. And we think cause and effect happens separately. We think like, we turn on the light and then the light goes on. But cause and effect happens at the same time. As soon as you decide something, whether it's good or bad, the effect is already there. So if you decide, I'm going to make a banger, you've already made the banger. If you decide, I don't know if I'm going to make this too good, you've already decided you're not going to make it too good. So you got to change that mindset and understand cause and effect is a law that affects everyone, whether you believe it or not. So you got to develop the attitude. It's going to be a banger no matter what. You're going to make a great track. Obviously, you need to put in work and stuff, but first and foremost, we're talking about attitude now. You got to decide before you get in there. It's going to be a banger. No room for doubt. No room for doubt. You got to just decide. And in the course, we'll be talking about many details on tools you can use to strengthen that attitude, to give you confidence that you can make a banger. For example, recording the first take. For example, even if you're not liking something, finishing it anyway. Many tools I've developed that have helped me stay in the zone and gotten to the point where I can confidently say everything I make is a banger. So you got to decide. It's the only option. That's where we're going with attitude. Only bangers is the mindset. It's a decision. So the second step is the energy. Energy is very important when you're making a banger. You need to understand everything is energy. Everything is vibration. Everything is sound. Even the table, even this lamp, even you and me, even the phone, it's atoms moving together really fast to make it appear like it's something that's solid, but it's not solid. So you need to understand everything is energy, and energy can't be created or destroyed, and you always have the energy to bring out your full potential to make the banger. You just need to believe it, and you need the tools to prove it to yourself. And as I just mentioned, one of the tools in the toolbox of the How to Make a Banger Get Out of the Mud workshop is recording the first take. Before you get all your sounds ready, and you just get into the habit of always recording. You're about to go and even test the sound. Even before I even listen to the sound, sometimes I'm already recording and I'm already printing the audio and just letting it go. Because there have been countless times when I'm recording something or I'm finding a sound and I'm inspired and I make some kind of melody right when I sit down, and I'm like, oh, that's great, and I go and try to record it and I can't get the same thing again. Creativity and the energy of an inspiration time window is limited. You got to learn to do this stuff fast and harness it. It's like cowboys, with the thing, getting the cows. You gotta harness it. You gotta harness the swag. You need to harness the energy. You need to become a master. You need to become a wizard or a wizardess or whatever to capturing that energy. You got to be able to read it and feel it and capture it. And that's why How to Make a Banger goes that deep. It goes to that space. My goal always has been, how do I always make a banger? Like you see producers and artists who have a certain time period when they're hot or when they're making stuff that's pure, like the classic albums, Thriller, and I can name countless classic albums. But this energy point is important because why don't we have the attitude that we can always make a banger? We can always make a classic. And my goal in this research that I've been doing really since 2015, I started really thinking this way, 2014, 15, how can I capture the essence so I can always make something that's timeless, classic, and authentic? Because that's what's important, because music is medicine, and people need your music. People need your art, and people need you to be true to yourself, because you have something that no one else can do. You're providing some type of medicine in an energetic format based on your experiences that is going to be medicine for someone else going through a similar experience, even if you're not even saying any words, even if it's just energy. It's energy. It's going to connect with people. I know you all know certain albums and music saved your life. I know music definitely saved my life when I was young. And music is such a powerful force because it's tapping into the energy and the vibration, and everything is vibration. So that's why how to make a banger is important. That's why this workshop is important. If you are interested in mastering and getting to that space of how do I always confidently know I'm going to make a banger, instead of maybe you make a bunch of hits for a few years and then you're like, man, how do I get back into that place? We got to eliminate that doubt. We got to eliminate these things. We got to go and look at the things and analyze the things that create non-bangers and create bangers, and create classic works of art, masterpieces, and what creates not. It's like different metals, that you got iron and you got gold. Iron will rust, and gold is really pure. So we're looking to dig for the gold. We're looking to take away all the stuff that's not necessary. We're also going to be training your palate. Your palate is very important. You need to be able to understand and read the energy. People have called me a snob for music and taste and stuff, but it's important to be a snob in some sense with your taste, because it's energy you're consuming. Music is food. Movies are food. You're not just eating the food that you're eating in your mouth. You're eating the energy that you're around all the time, and music is an energy, and music is a food. It's a form of nourishment. I know you've all been in the zone, and the flow has been going through you, and you feel completely energized. It's because the music is feeding you energetically. You have different layers in your being that are being fed energetically all the time, and you need to be aware of that, and you need to have a good palate to be able to see what is pure, what is not pure. So then you can go in and make the pure stuff, not in an arrogant sense, but for the sake of humanity, for the sake of the future of the human race. It's important for you to be able to make the best thing and the most authentic thing to yourself, because like I said earlier, you have a specific mission that only you can fulfill, and no one else can fulfill it. And you can get there through having your priority as making a banger, and through having your priority as making the purest, best stuff. Purest, best stuff, like, classic albums, Thriller, Bob Marley, Nas, Biggie, Tupac, too many to name, Beethoven, Mozart. But how can we have this attitude of changing the culture to making great stuff individualistically, like true to yourself, and in keeping in mind that you're making it also for someone else. How to make a banger is also, I realized, one of the biggest things about energy is you're not making the music. The music is coming through you. The music is flowing through you. You need to get out of the way to let the spirit come through you and give it to the people for what they need. I've made some of my best work when I completely surrender and asked and prayed, what do the people need? Let me be a vessel for what the people need right now. What do the people need right now? And it may be just one person who needs it, but that's really valuable. And time will tell what stuff is pure and what stuff resonates and what stuff doesn't. There's always artists who are not recognized in the beginning because maybe they're ahead of their time, but then later on, a whole generation attaches themselves to an artist or two because they were making that true to themselves, and this whole generation was going through it. So that provided medicine for them to grow and really move forward and live their life in a value creating and good way, and help them deal with their traumas. So energy is important, and what you have to offer is important, and this workshop is about clearing away the mud, clearing away the distractions of society, clearing away all the stupid Instagram ads you're getting while you're flowing through this, or YouTube, that are telling you that you're not enough and you need to buy something. You have everything within you. I'm here to just help you break through those areas that are blocking you from your creative flow, and to tell you your creative flow is extremely important and you need to do it, even if you're afraid. If you feel an urge to do something and you don't want to do it because you're afraid of it, you need to do it. You're being called to do that. Everyone has a mission, everyone has a purpose, like in a body. There's different cells in my lungs and stomach and brain that provide different functions to make everything work together. So same with on this, in this world, everyone has a specific function, and we can shift the energy through understanding what we're contributing, what we're living for, and how we go about living our life and our creativity and our art. Because really, artists and creatives are the most powerful people in the world. People don't remember politicians. People don't remember other people. They remember some, but really, artists are the people who change the culture. The Bob Marleys, the Michael Jacksons, the Beethovens, all that. So, your mission is very important as a producer and as creative and as an artist. And the third point is pretty practical. It's focus, work, and discipline. So you got to put in the work. It's not just going to happen. Even if you do all the tools, if you don't do this last essential tool, nothing will work. You got to take the action in the physical world. In the actual world, you got to do it. You got to put in the work. You got to make beats every day. You got to write songs every day. You got to be disciplined to do it for a certain amount of time, set goals, hit those goals, connect with people, and keep doing it. And this is what it's going to require going through this course. This course may not be easy. It's 21 days, and there's a lot of things. Maybe your own doubts will come up, but you got to have focus, work ethic, and discipline and commitment to go through it. But you need that if you want to be victorious in your life. You need to put in the work. There's no skipping that step. There's no skipping the work. There was, more than half of my producer career, I would make beats every single day. I have about, thousands of beats, probably 5,000 beats now. And now I don't make beats every day, but I know I should. Which is, this course is also helping me get back to what I need to do as well. So, got to put in the work, and we're here to support each other in doing that. It will be a community. Okay, so in conclusion, the Get Out of the Mud, How to Make a Banger workshop is 21 days. Every single day you'll get a 20-minute pre-recorded video like this one. And at the end, you will have activities that you need to do, homework that you need to do that will give you tools to start breaking out of the mud and getting into the zone. So there will also be a live stream every day, 7 a.m. Gotta wake up early for the 21 days on my YouTube channel, where we'll be starting off the day right. We'll be doing some breathing exercises. We'll be talking about health. We'll be doing some meditations and some affirmations to get you in the correct headspace to go and start the day. There will be 6 Zoom meetings where there will be opportunity for Q&A. You can talk and meet the other people in the workshop. And there will be a Discord where everyone who's in the workshop can interact and ask questions and talk to each other at any time of the day. And they can send samples, they can send work, and we can get feedback going back and forth, and just start a community of producers and artists to support each other. as well. So you'll get the video every day through an email on Substack, and you'll have access to these videos for 30 days. So you'll get the practical tools to get out of the mud and get into the zone, and to be able to break that cycle and understand that cycle. The price is $111. It is a worthy purchase. If you like how to make a banger, if you're a producer, if you're an artist, and you want to learn tools to get into the zone, I highly recommend you sign up. Sign up by sending me a DM and send me your email, and we can go from there. So thank you.